Now, actually.
Maybe. Okay, first, I apologize for my beautifulness. Marcy and I were just saying how it feels kind of like a Monday still. So I just finished my workout, and I'm a little bit out of it. Hang on. Sean?
I'm behind too. But I was behind all last week too, so this is what I looked like all last week too. So whatever. Muting myself now.
I've got a little terrorizer running around. Hang on. Go find Dad. Find Dad, find Dad, find Dad. Okay, I'm here. Happy team call. I'm excited to see you guys. It's been a crazy, crazy week, but meeting up with you guys just brings a smile to my face. First, some shout outs. We've got a new Emerald coach on the team. So Nicole, way to go. I'm so excited for you. I know a lot of you guys have been pushing for it, and I've seen your posts and I've been watching your work, and I'm so proud of you. So whether you hit it on your timeline or not, no stress, because we can do it. Like, you can do it. Lindsay is almost halfway to Emerald, and Suzanne is halfway to Emerald. So we've got a bunch of coaches that are working, are sharing this business, are being excited, are sharing their excitement with others. And that's really what this is all about, you guys, is just loving this company, loving the products, recognizing how your life is better because of it, and then sharing that and inviting people to jump on board with you. So way to go to all of you guys who are doing that. So proud of you, so excited for you. I really can't wait to see where all of this takes you. It's a new month, so get excited. I hope you guys are pumped. If you have some goals that we can talk more about some goals in like a chat thread thing or whatever on the group page. But I hope that you have your goals set for September and that you're ready to do the actions that will be required to get you to do your goals, because no doubt there are a lot of people that are watching each of us that need us and that are ready for us, but that might not reach out to us. So keep on sharing your life, keep on inviting. Don't be afraid of the invite, you guys. Like, that's what's going to change lives. So be excited. Okay. I wanted to do a little Q&A, and I feel bad. I was not, he's busting through the doors again. I was not super organized about like talking about it and getting it up quickly in our team page. So I only had a question there. So after I go through these questions with my answers, and Amber, if you have anything on add to them, please, please, please do. I thought maybe I'd go over how I am bringing people into the business right now, like what the steps are. Because I know some of you guys are like, okay, I'm inviting to the business, but then I get freaked out when they say yes, or I'm not sure what to do. So we'll go over that a little bit as well. So first, the first question, I'm just going to read the entire question and we can discuss it. It's from Stacy. Challenge group content and engagement. What have you found works best? Where's your favorite place to find fun content and ideas? Where do you squeeze in the time to create it? I want to rock my challenge groups, and I feel like my content is stale, but I'm struggling with finding the time to get creative and really create new stuff. I want my groups to be so fun that people tell their friends about it. I love that. I love that idea of like my groups being so fun that people tell their friends about it. Here's my, maybe this isn't what people want to hear. Here's my thing about challenge groups is it's so much of it actually depends on the challengers. Like, I can put up the exact same content in two groups that are going on at the same time, and one group will be booming with like everyone's posting their selfies, everyone's excited and this and that, and the other one is dead silence. And it's so hard and it's so frustrating. And 4.5 years in, I still get silent groups where I'm like, where are you guys? I actually threw together a last minute group that started a week ago. Well, a week ago yesterday, because I had 3 girls who were like, I'm ready, I want it, and they purchased, like out of nowhere towards the end of the month. And I was like, I'm not going to make them wait three weeks. If they're ready now, let's get them going, you know? So I said, let's do a 3-week group, and then I can roll you right into my September group. So I threw it all together really fast. They all seemed really, really excited. There are actually 4 girls in the group, and like 1 is posting. I'm like, where are you guys? And I looked because I run all of my groups on the app. I looked in the app, and a lot of them are logging their stuff, but they're not sharing it. So I got in our group conversation and said, you guys, make sure that you click that little button that says share with groups so that we can all see each other's faces. They still haven't. So it's kind of a tricky thing. I really loved what Brigitte said in one of her recent team calls over the past couple months. She talked about how she makes it so clear before they even purchase, like when they're talking about the challenge groups, that these are the requirements, including taking a before picture, taking your measurements, and posting a sweaty selfie every single day. And that's something that I think I need to be better at, is saying, listen, this is part of the group. With this group that's a little bit silent right now. Okay, so one thing that I do in addition to my app is I always have a group messenger thread going for everyone that's in that group. So I can just throw up a message in there and everyone gets it. And a lot of my groups, I swear, have had more interaction and success in those messenger conversations than we have in the actual app. Like, they log their stuff and they use it as a place to track their own progress. But I feel like the messenger app is where all of the magic is happening for me. As far as content, I'm not gonna lie, most, not all, but most of my content recently has been just from the My Challenge Tracker app. I think they have some really good, what's it called, like posts for challenges in there. I change them up a little bit here and there, because obviously some things will say my favorite thing is, and it's not my favorite thing, so I make sure that it sounds like it's from me. What's her name? Janelle Summers. If you go to janellesummers.com, she has an incredible training, including like a link to all of her challenge group posts. So that's what I'm using for my 3-week one right now. But it's interesting because she does hers in the evenings with just a check-in, like tell me how your day was and check in. So she's really just kind of holding them accountable that way. And then she gives kind of a hint, like, or a tip. That's not a hint, a tip. Like, here's a tip for today. And then she shares some kind of a tip. So I've been actually enjoying hers for my 21-day one. It looks like she always runs 3-week groups. And I think that's really what people are needing, is just to be held accountable and to have a place to check in. One thing that I'm thinking about trying here pretty soon, and I say thinking about it because I need to make sure my life is organized, because I am terrible at sending people rewards. But I just got my 2 boxes of beach bars. I love the beach bars. You guys are frozen. Am I frozen? Okay, no, we're good. You're not frozen anymore. Okay, I got 2 boxes of my beach bars, and I'm thinking of like one of each flavor. I'm thinking of just doing a, like, anyone who logs every single workout and Shakeology for the week will get put into a hat for a drawing to get to try these beach bars. Like, it's not going to cost me much to ship them. I already have them. And it's going to give them a chance to try beach bars. And if they fall in love with them like I have, they might start buying them for their family. And that's something that we can talk about in groups and stuff too. So that's one way that I'm going to try and drum up a little bit more interaction in the groups, is hopefully get, maybe people will be excited about a reward. Amber, do you have something to say?
Yeah, just really fast. So one thing I did last month was similar to this, because it was just so dead in the tracker app. I actually have a few people that aren't on Facebook at all, so they are like just on Instagram and tracker. It was like, okay, I have a $5 Amazon gift card. Whoever for the next 2 weeks does what Angel just said, like logs in every day, even if you didn't drink your Shakeo, even if you didn't work out, like you still have to tell me how you did, and that kind of thing. I do think prizes are really good. Another thing is, I love the tracker, so I'm always going to probably use that, at least for right now. And because I don't have people on Facebook, is one thing that bothers challengers is that when the challenge group ends, they don't have access anymore to that group. They kind of get kicked out. I don't know if you guys know that, or if your challengers have told you that. And so they don't get to see like their progress, like their old pictures. Everything shuts down. And so today I'm sending out progress reports. So like some sort of funny whatever. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to word it yet. But to all of my challengers that just finished, who are now into my next group. So I had one that started yesterday, and half of them are repeaters. And I'm sending them a screenshot of all their like bubbles and their calendar and their measurements and everything, just because I can still see it as a coach. Just a minute, okay?
I dropped it.
Okay, I'll fix it. So I can still see it as their coach. So I was going to send it to him and be like, good job last month. It looks like you did X amount. Like, take your before picture so we can compare. And then let's see what next month's progress report looks like, just to give them a little bit more of a drive, because the repeat ones, they still use the tracker, but they lose interest in caring about the team or caring about the group or whatever. And so it's like giving them some sort of like, be better, and then sometimes I do an MVP as well, reward. So it's like, if you're commenting on other people's stuff, if you're, like for that, a 2-week segment, it's like, okay, so-and-so's the MVP, they get a $5 Amazon gift card. And I can send those real easy because I can just email those. So that's been good. Also, you guys, and I feel like I'm the only one that uses it right now, but that Life on Fire Facebook group, and it's okay, because if it doesn't work for you, that's okay. But I've been trying. I don't know when I'm going to like abandon it, but no, I believe in it. I believe in the vision. But that's supposed to give some sort of like more fun area to just do, like, I don't know, to share. Like I just shared Stacy's transformation in there, and like a place to kind of talk about, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know.
So during my workout, I was thinking about that group, about how I've completely forgotten about it, and how I just need to put that on my daily to-do list of checking in there, because I do believe that having that community is going to be, like, that can be so huge. I think it could be such a great place for all of our challengers and ex-challengers, Like, I can see the vision too. I've just completely sunk it.
And then one more thing, Stacy, on as far as content, and I don't know if I recommend this or not, but this is how I've always done it, because if I schedule out posts, it doesn't matter how much energy I have when I'm scheduling them. It just doesn't work for my people. And so when I wake up in the morning and I do my really quick, like, miracle morning before, my journaling is my post to them. So I do like my personal development. I have my Energize going. I'm like getting ready to work out. And so I'm usually like in that, like, we got this, guys. Like, I'm ready to push play. And if for some reason, and so it could be really long or it could be really short and sweet. Like, I also like to find funny pictures. So I go more that route as far as like the pictures on there. And then if for some reason it doesn't, I don't get it in before my workout, I just do it right after my workout when I'm in that high. So I don't know. I don't count it as work time necessarily, but it's kind of like storying. I just stick it in there. Just an idea. I'm going to mute myself because I have a toddler.
I love that. I think those are so great. I think another thing that I've been trying to do better at is just those weekly shout outs within the app of like, hey, so-and-so, like these 5 people have not missed a workout yet. Way to go. Give yourself a pat on the back. Those kind of things, like, okay, who else wants to try and have a perfect week, that kind of thing. So I think doing those shout outs really helps to drum up some excitement again. And then just the personal messages. I think sometimes those who aren't messaging or aren't commenting and posting just don't care. Like, they're doing it, but they just, like, they don't maybe necessarily need that extra community or accountability. And other people are genuinely struggling. And so they need that message too, to just like, I see you, I know you're not checking in, and I'm aware, and what can I do to help, kind of thing. So Stacy, did that answer your question? Kind of, did that give you any good ideas?
Yeah, I definitely like the idea of the progress report, the shout outs, the rewards. I just struggle because I haven't had a huge group yet. And so it's like, I just keep rolling over the same people. I have someone in there who's been there for 3 years. Like, she's just, staying with it, but she doesn't want to post. And so it's just like getting challengers that want to, share in the group. Because that's what I fell in love with, was the challenge group, was the support from the other girls, Mm-hmm. And so I feel like sometimes I'm like always talking about how awesome these groups are, and then they get in it and it's like,
Yeah.
So I don't want to oversell it.
Amber just said new blood does help, which is so true.
You know what else, Stacey? One thing that I would do if I was in your spot, if you don't have like 5 new challengers to add in, I do feel like new blood is like all around like so helpful to a group, is to pair up with somebody else, even if they have a bunch of repeating ones, because the energy between you and the other coach, just having both of you guys show up as perfect challengers I feel like that's how you can gain new blood, is to pair up with anybody else. And I don't think you need a giant group, but you do need ones that are like passionate and want to be in there. So that's just a suggestion for right now.
I've done that. And sometimes I feel like when I pair up with other people, or like I joined your Life on Fire group for a couple of months, I almost feel like, because I still reach out to them every week through chat, but because I'm not usually the one always posting, I don't feel like they see me as their coach. I don't know.
No, that makes sense. So it would be more like you would be the head coach, just ask someone else, like a newer coach, if they wanted to go in with you, or somehow team. Like Angela and I have done one before where like we each take a week, or we each do every other day. Then I eventually just let Angela take over. But kind of. So I do think that it does need to be, I do think that you need to be the one that's like posting. I do think that. But if you team up with somebody that you guys could at least split every other day or every other week or something, or find discount coaches, like you could even ask the team, you know, like you could ask our team or even Team Forward Fitness, like, are there a few of you that would want to be in? Like, I just would require you to be the perfect challenger, you know? Like, I mean, and it's not like you have to really keep up with them because they're not your customer, but I don't know, just somehow it just helps, like a fake it till you make it kind of a feeling. I have to do that even now, and I panic inviting people because I'm like, what if I have one yes and then nobody else, and then, you know what I mean? And so there have been times where I've had 3 people, like Jill just said, and I'm like, guys, it's awesome. There's 3 of us. We can for sure keep each other accountable. I don't know. That's kind of tricky though.
Yeah. I think one thing to remember too is our challengers have, especially, well, the new ones, they have no clue what to expect. They don't have anything in mind already. They don't know what a challenge group is. So if you simply every day and then at 5 p.m., 1 to 10, rate your day. How did it go? Like, it can be as simple as that. You don't have to put up a daily post of like, here's this big extravagant like tip of the day, and you don't drink your water, and don't, you know, it can just be like a every single day. Okay, rate your day. How did it go? 1 to 10, how is your workout? 1 to 10, how is your nutrition? You know, and then maybe every now and then like, hey, what's your favorite like Shakeology blend? Or this is what I'm doing, or, you know, just like occasionally you can throw something in there, but it really doesn't. I think sometimes we overthink it and want to make it like bigger and grander and more overwhelming for us than we need to. So just an extra thought. Okay, I'm going to go on, and I just lost it.
Wait,
Suzanne had.
Angel?
Yeah, of course.
Because I have all those same questions and concerns, but my thing is, I fell in love with the to be mindset, and it's like totally working for me. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's what I should be running my groups on.
Yeah.
But it's been really hard because it's totally different than like an exercise challenge group. And for me, I've found that exercise actually isn't completely beneficial with the 2B mindset. So I haven't even been exercising and still having lots of success losing weight.
That's awesome.
But it's hard to tell people that. I mean, part of the thing is you don't have to exercise. Exercise is extra credit. But it's really hard to run a challenge group off of just nutrition based. I've tried it on the app, didn't get a lot. I set up the Facebook group. I know Brigitte had posted where you can do units, social learning group. And so I started setting that up. Nobody's engaged in the units. I think it's like an extra step where they have to actually think. It's not in front of them. They have to go to it, find the unit, and learn on their own. Like, so that hasn't worked. So I'm struggling, and I'm wondering, I haven't figured out how to do an exercise challenge group and the 2B Mindset challenge group together. So I've seen 2 coaches who are they're running 2 challenge groups at a time. One is nutrition based and one is exercise and nutrition, if that's what they're doing. And that just sounds like way too much for me. So I'm trying to figure out a balance And like, Stacy, I'm wondering if you and I could do it together, and like I could focus on the nutrition and you could focus on the exercise. I don't know if that would work. I'm just trying to figure something out. Because I have customers who are just doing the 2B mindset. And then I have ones who aren't.
So first, I would say I love that you recognize that 2B mindset is your thing. It's working for you. You're excited about it. So yes, stick with that. Like, talk about that. Share that. Share your own journey. Share, like, can I be perfectly honest, guys? Like, in a post, I have not been working out, but I've been losing weight. Like, you know, like, be super open about that, because that's definitely where you're going to be able to help people right now, since that's where you're seeing the most help. So I would completely change the phrase challenge group altogether. If you have challenge group in your mind as being like fitness based, sorry, I need to pull up the chats because I can see things coming up.
And that's the other thing. The 2B mindset is not like a 21-day program. You know, you it's like forever.
It's one program. Yeah. Okay, and I like how Amber said maybe advertise for a nutrition-based group. Totally. I think this is what's working for me. So when 2B mindset came out is when I had my miscarriage and everything was crazy. So Brigitte was like, just put your people in my group, which was super generous of her because I had people excited about it and I just could not make a group. So I did put people in there and I checked in occasionally, but honestly, all of the interaction from my 2B people is, again, just in a messenger thread. Every single person who has ever purchased 2B mindset is in the same messenger thread. It's called 2B mindset. Like, that's all it is. That's our group conversation. And we check in almost daily. I don't. Like, sometimes I don't message in there, but I have 2 or 3 or 4 people who will just put something up. And occasionally, in fact, it was like a week or 2 ago, someone commented like, I'm struggling a little bit. And it's a really good open conversation where I'll have people say things like, hey, I'm struggling a little bit. I've fallen off the bandwagon, you know, and then one other person, yeah, I've had a hard time too. So I just piped in and said, hey, let's all set the goal to watch all of the videos one more time before the end of the month. And everyone was like, yeah, perfect. Because this isn't something that everyone's going to watch the videos once and be like, sweet, I got it. You know, I'm like, I'm all set. That group messenger is what's keeping my 2B mindset people like going. And I've got one girl who's lost 20 pounds and like looks completely different just from 2B mindset and is now adding in PIO. And is in a different.
Wait, which messenger are you talking about? Facebook Messenger?
Just Facebook Messenger.
Facebook Messenger. And so are they in a group?
Yeah, so they're in Brigitte's like 2B mindset group.
On the app?
You know, where she was posting. Nope, it's also a Facebook group.
Okay.
But honestly, I think they jumped in there once or twice, and then Brigitte stopped posting in there. I think the group is still open, and people can still interact if they want. But my people stopped posting there a long time ago, and we just talk in the group messenger. Okay. So it's really just been about keeping conversation open and keeping people mindful of their eating and mindful of the 2B mindset.
Yeah.
So that's what's working for me personally, is just I was talking about it, people jumped on, and we keep the conversation going in a messenger.
Okay.
So it's not even a challenge group. Like, it's really not even set up that way. Everyone knows what they need to watch from the actual program that they purchased.
Right.
And to be honest, I don't feel like there's anything I can add to what Alana has already created. Like, I don't feel like I can put together a successful challenge group or like nutrition group where I add anything. The whole time I would just be like, well, go listen to Alana again. Like, go watch your video on this or whatever, you know? So I think just keeping the conversation open, that's what's working for me. And might not work for everyone, but that's definitely what's working for my people. Does that help? Okay. There was one more question, and it's from Suzanne. Suzanne is, okay, you guys, if you don't know Suzanne yet, you have to add her as a friend because I just love this girl. She's had a coach account for like 3 years. She was one of my free leads that I got from Beachbody. And has been in my groups for years and literally joined Facebook like a month and a half ago. Like, this girl is amazing that she is jumping all in. She's so great. This is what she said. Lots of folks want to know price of everything. They will love it once they begin, but money is often in the way. How to get those to join. And then I have those that are in or say they are, but are already married to a protein shake they like. They're not sure or not willing to get Shakeology since I'm so new. I don't really want to turn anyone away. Okay, so first I would say, and I've gone back and forth on this so many times, don't turn people away. I definitely am kind of in the mindset these days of just help everyone. Anyone who wants the help, like bring them in and help them. If they just want spotting on demand, great. Let's get them to fall in love with the program, see success with those. The thing about Shakeology is people need to understand the value of it before they are willing to pay the money for it. So whenever I'm having a lot of price, what's the word? You guys know the word I'm talking about. Objections. Usually it's a reflection on me and on me not sharing enough of the value of what Shakeology is. So a lot of times when I'm talking to people, it's easy to jump in and say, well, listen, this has 70 plus superfoods and all of these nutrients and prebiotics and probiotics and phytonutrients, and like you can go off of all of that. But really, facts tell and stories sell. So I am always talking about, and this is my real story. I drank Shakeology for 2 months because that's how long my challenge group was. I loved it. I lost weight with it. I felt amazing with it. And then I canceled it because I thought it was expensive. And then I bought something else. And pretty immediately, my weekly headaches came back. My sweet tooth came back. My sugar cravings. Oh, that's the same thing as the sweet tooth. My energy dropped. You know, like all of these things that Shakeology had helped me with, these other things were not helping with. So when I personally did my own research and started looking into ingredients, I realized that so many of these cheaper protein options were simply filled with cheaper ingredients and were not helping me. So I just like to talk to people about Shakeology. Has literally, it fills in those nutrient gaps. It helps me to function at my best. And I encourage all of my challengers to at least try it because I know they're going to get the best results with it. So that's really where I go at it from. If I have some pretty hard objections, I always let them know, listen, there's a 30-day bottom of the bag money back guarantee. So you are more than welcome to take it, drink the whole entire thing, and then return it if it's within that 30 days and get your money back. But that'll happen. You know, like I let people know that because you're going to love it. Like I've been drinking it for however many years now. So it's really just kind of a matter of continuing to share. It's definitely an objection I got more as a newer coach, and I get less now. I still get it, but oftentimes I'll get it from people who will say things like, it's a little bit out of my price range, but I can see that it would be great, and I'm hoping to be able to afford it eventually. You know, like those people that are kind of like they understand the value a little bit more because of my sharing about it more. And that being said, I don't remember the last time I heard about Shakeology, so I should probably do that today or tomorrow. I don't know, Suzanne. I don't know if that helps. I hope it does. Know that you are not at all the only coach that is getting objections because of price for Shakeology. We all do. Another thing I like to kind of help people understand is that Shakeology is not a protein shake. People will compare it and be like, there's hardly any protein in it compared to the protein shake that I drink. And it's like, well, it's not a protein shake. It is a nutrient-dense meal replacement shake. Yes, there is protein in it from natural ingredients, from like pea protein and quinoa and whey if you don't have the vegan formula. And I mean, all of these amazing real foods, that's where the protein is coming from. But you're also getting so many other aspects from Shakeology that you don't get in regular protein drinks. So I hope that helps. Suzanne, message me if it didn't. Yeah, Stacy.
Just to add to that, so I talk to a lot of people who have had weight loss surgery, and they refuse to even consider Shakeology because they say, oh, too much protein, or not enough protein, too many carbs, so I can't drink it. So I actually will then talk about the performance line instead, because that's a challenge pack as well. And personally, I fell in love with Energize because of my low energy level with my hypothyroidism. It's the only way I can work out in the mornings. Like if I don't drink that, I am not awake until like noon. So I really sell that, and I talk about the recover, and because those people are usually, they have their nutrition down. It's just they're trying to get the exercise in. And so when you talk about the performance line and how it's going to help them work out, help them not be as sore, that sells them more than the Shakeology does. So
I love that. You're so smart. Yes, that's so great. I think, okay, so Stacey, you hit on something perfect, which just shows you're such a great coach, is really recognizing the needs of the people. If you're 100% focused on what this person needs. And to be honest, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to say this person needs Shakeology. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because I think most people are going to benefit from it. But when you're really focused on their needs, then you're not going to worry so much about selling a challenge pack or getting those 2 points or trying to get commission or whatever. You're just going to be focused on helping those people. So that's why I say, if they only want Beachbody On Demand, great, let's start there. And if we're sharing enough about Shakeology in our challenge groups, they're going to get curious about it. And Beachbody does a great job about sharing the benefits of Shakeology right after workouts, before people can even flip it off, you know? So people that have it on demand, they know about Shakeology. So yeah, I love that, Stacey. I love that idea of recognizing what they need, realizing that Beachbody probably has something to offer them in one way or another, and then going from that angle. That's awesome. Okay, so real quick, we didn't have any other questions on that thread, which is totally fine. If you guys have more questions that you want us to answer, let us know. Just wanted to chat super fast about what I am doing now when it comes to like getting new coaches in and helping them through the process. Because for some reason that has been a block for me in the past, where I feel like, oh, I don't know if I have a great onboarding process, and so it stresses me out to invite people and this and that, which some people are going to jump in and go for it, whether you have a great onboarding process or not, and some people are not going to. And it's like, oftentimes it's more dependent on that person than it is you as a mentor and leader. So don't let it stress you out. But this is what I'm doing right now. I have I say weekly, but it's been bi-weekly lately, my sneak peek into coaching, which I'm doing that. I always have some place to invite people. So I'm not inviting people with the, do you want to be a coach? But I usually lead with the, have you ever thought of doing what I do? That kind of starts the conversation. And then I say, well, I have this open group. Do you want to check it out? Totally free, just giving tons of information about this amazing coaching gig that I do. So I'm starting people off in there. That's like 2 or 3 days of just some live videos. We've talked about those before, following that, what Holly Hilliard does in hers, which is in the Beachbody Champions page. And then from there, so say someone signs up, I opened up a well, first I've got a new coach email that I sent to them. I have a brand new coach training group, which I basically got from Janelle Summers. Again, if her page, you can see it. But I'm putting all of my brand new coaches into there. It is a very simple, it's set up in units. Some of the units are going to take them literally 30 seconds to just read, and others are like an hour-long team call by a top 10 coach. So there's, however, I think there's 12 or 14 different units. Telling them, after you have gone through all of these units, message me and let's have a talk. That's when we do the GSR. And the GSR is totally focused on my coach. Like, what are your goals? What do you want to accomplish this? I found in the past, I just jumped in with the GSR right away, and some coaches are like, whoa. Like, I don't know that I'm like down with all of this, But if they've gone through that brand new, very simple new coach training, they're going to be ready for you. After the GSR is when I'm going to put them into our Team Life on Fire group. And then I will add them into the more intensive coach university that Brigitte has already organized, also set up in units. So once they've gone through that, then I'm going to set them up in Team Forward Fitness. So they're very slowly getting bits of the whole entire team, right? In the past, I used to just hurry up and add them into everything and then do a big GSR. And people are like, wait a second, like, what is happening? So we're like baby stepping it. That's what I'm doing right now. I'll let you know how it works. I can't say that I've had him go from beginning to end yet, but that's my thought process. So after they've done the big coach university and are then added into the Team Forward Fitness, that's when I'll get them added into our accountability group, which I apologize, I have not kept up on. I want to get back into us really keeping track of what we're doing and sharing what we're doing, because I think that's going to help us track our own progress and see where we all need to be making improvements to reach our goals. And I would love, Amber, let's talk about this later, but I would love to kind of get maybe some just different group conversations going, like different group chats for those who are at different places in the business. So anyone that's pushing for Diamond, let's get a group chat going and like talk. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk. And listen, I'm pushing for Diamond too. My second CBC has been an Emerald for 2 years. Like, I'm right there in the trenches with you, literally. So I want us to get like a Diamond conversation going. Let's get an Emerald conversation going. Let's get like a new coach conversation going for those of you who are new coaches but want to be progressing. Because every single one and all of us in these different areas of the business, we are, we're going to be doing different daily things. So I don't want us to get like overwhelmed or underwhelmed depending on, you know, the rest of the team. I want us to be able to focus in our own lane and be with people that are also in that same lane. So we, we'll get something figured out and organized to help us all be accountable and have fun as we're reaching for our similar goals. But once people are through that Coach University and are added to Team Forward Fitness, that's when I'll add them into a new coach pod, conversation pod where we can all just kind of be like being on daily and doing our personal development and doing our workouts and really those simple things and like sending out 2-3 invites, like just those simple things as new coaches that is going to help us start to move forward. That's my thought. Maybe I'll write it out in like a post so you guys can see step by step how I am onboarding new coaches. And I would be happy to share like much, you know, any of this that I'm doing, but that's what I'm doing. And feel free to, you know, jump on and kind of copy the same thing or figure out what's going to work for you and your people. But I just know that for me and my business in the past, I've let that block me and stop me from being excited about inviting people to the business because I've been nervous about not being a great mentor, not bringing them on very well. And that's just our own mean girl talking to us. Like, we need to just get over it and know that people who are meant for this business are going to be meant for this business, whether we screw up as new leaders or not, which I've done plenty of that. So anyways, that's all I've got for you guys. Any questions or anything? Nope. All right, Amber, I guess you can end the recording and then we can work.